Some people need a big SUV. Maybe they've got a big family, maybe they've got big toys to haul. If your life is big, maybe you need a big SUV too. Like that Ford Expedition right there.
The Ford Expedition is a full-size SUV that looks the part. Long, straight body lines and an imposing headlight/grille treatment give it a strong, hulking presence that belies a substantial drop in weight versus the previous Expedition. Like the F-150, the Ford Expedition rides on a strong steel frame but features a light aluminum body. Inside that aluminum body is space for up to 8 passengers, divided between 3 completely uncramped rows.
Yes, even the third row. Unlike the Chevy Tahoe, the Ford Expedition uses an independent rear suspension that allows a lower floor and consequently more comfortable rear seat accommodations. Notice my feet are nowhere near my butt.
With a wide pass-through and an integrated grab handle, reaching that spacious third row is no problemo. A task made even easier with optional automatic side steps and one-touch second-row seat releases.
Speaking of the second row, these seats slide and recline. You can move them forward for access to the third row with a child seat installed, and the center seat slides really far forward, giving fussy children easier access to their guardians up front, or fussy journalists easy access to empty seats.
Behind this rare but cool lift-up rear window hides nearly 21 cubic feet of luggage space, expandable from the rear via standard power-fold third-row seats. Second-row seat releases are also available, making it incredibly simple to switch from people to cargo hauling mode. All seats folded, capacity increases to 104.6 cubic feet. That's good, but only 6 cubic feet larger than the mid-size Chevrolet Traverse, and the Traverse actually offers more space behind the third row. If you'd like to avoid being upstaged by a mid-size SUV, the $2,700 pricier long-wheelbase Expedition Max boasts 36 cubic feet behind the third row, making it the superior choice for hauling people and their stuff. Aesthetically speaking, the interior has an upscale vibe, especially on the range-topping Platinum trim. Check out that stitching. Premium materials extend to the second row, but in the back seats, hard plastic dominates. On the functionality front, the cabin provides a massive lockable center console, dual glove boxes, 5 child seat latch points, intuitive knobs and switches, 15 cup holders, and lots of storage bins. Front and center, a basic sync infotainment unit comes on the lowest XLT trim, but we'd suggest upgrading to the latest Sync 3 system that's standard on all other trims.
Sporting an 8-inch touchscreen, smartphone integration by way of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a straightforward layout, Sync 3 is a joy to use. And now I will use it. Oh, who turned up all the bass? Come on.
More visceral joys can be found with the EcoBoost 3.5-liter V6 that moves all Expeditions.
Before decrying the lack of a V8, note the output figures. Go ahead, I'll wait. Choose the Platinum trim, and Ford dials those already stout figures up a touch. I mean, really, that should be enough power, right?
To maximize that output, Ford teamed the V6 with a 10-speed automatic transmission that's controlled with this rotary knob and these gear selection buttons.
You might think the constant gear changes of a 10-speed would be annoying, but they actually just fade into the background. The result is smooth, strong acceleration.
For a large SUV, the Ford Expedition is quite efficient. Supplementing that efficiency is a defeatable engine start-stop system that saves gas when you're stationary. Rear-wheel drive is standard, but as you'd expect, four-wheel drive is an option, and a great way to exploit nearly 10 inches of ground clearance. Though at $3,000, it is pricey.
Thanks to an independent rear suspension, the Ford Expedition rides with more refinement than its truck-based chassis would suggest. At the same time, if you hit a big bump, like this one, you will experience a fair bit of bounce. But I mean, given its rugged capabilities, the Ford Expedition drives pretty great. Where are we? Based on its size, you might think tight maneuvers with the Expedition would be tricky, but that's really not the case. Okay, yes, it would be easier with the Mini Cooper, but you have a good sense from the driver's seat of the vehicle's dimensions, and light steering, though it could benefit from a quicker steering ratio, makes it pretty easy to squeeze into spots. There's no need to fear the parking lot.
Nonetheless, a full-size SUV is a great platform for Ford's excellent optional one-button automatic parking technology. Nervous about squeezing in or out of that spot? Let the car do the work. Tack on the optional 360-degree camera system, and who knows how much parking-related carnage you'll prevent.
One thing people love when driving an SUV is a commanding view of the road. That's definitely true in the Expedition, at least when looking forward, but when you look over your shoulder, not so good. What's crazy? I'm talking about my left shoulder.
This super wide grab handle equipped B-pillar is placed near the driver's head, blocking much of the view left. Once more, technology intervenes with optional blind spot warning and lane keep assist, making it easier to stay in your lane or, when you want, move to another. For a base price just shy of $53,000, a regular wheelbase rear drive Expedition XLT trim includes 6 airbags, USB ports in the first and second rows, power adjustable pedals, backup sensors, a backup camera with its own washer, and push-button start.
If you want passive entry, that costs extra, but this little keypad does not. That's not the code.
Other added cost niceties include a foot-activated tailgate, 22-inch wheels, deeply adjustable heated and ventilated front seats, a panoramic roof, dual headrest rear seat entertainment, second-row captain's chairs, USB ports in the third row, wireless phone charging, full-speed adaptive cruise control, pre-collision warning with active braking and pedestrian detection, and a $1,600 FX4 off-road package with an electronic limited slip differential, underbody protection, and upgraded shocks. Spend recklessly, and you can spec an Expedition Max Platinum trim to the tune of $83,000. Lastly, do you want a tow? Good news! The Expedition can tow a hefty 9,300 pounds, but do so, and you'll want the heavy-duty trailer tow package, which bundles a heavy-duty radiator, integrated brake controller, and an electronic limited slip differential with Ford's Pro Trailer Backup Assist, a clever system whose knob-controlled steering makes backing up a trailer almost foolproof. While well-equipped in base form, price-wise, the Expedition and Expedition Max slot in above their most direct competitors, the Chevy Tahoe and its larger suburban sibling, as well as the Nissan Armada and Toyota Sequoia. Though perhaps a bigger question than price is whether you need a full-size SUV at all. Be honest, do you plan to tow big loads or venture off-road?
If not, there are several mid-size SUVs that, while smaller, offer 8-passenger seating for thousands less than an Expedition. But if you really do live big and you need a big SUV to match, the Ford Expedition is a very capable choice.